It's bad behavior. It's bad behavior.
I know you're both a pair of losers. All the Paul family suck.
Yeah, man, I feel for that. I'm hoping everybody fame is good, and I'm hoping, speedy recovery. That's all I gotta say, man. Y'all gotta do.
Can you imagine seeing that? Can you imagine being involved in that area? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine those being your friends? You can't even imagine, the trauma, the mental trauma how that would affect anybody. Even people passing the other way.
Oleksandr Usyk snaps back after Jake Paul's shocking connection to Anthony Joshua's car accident. You can hear the anger in his voice. Usyk is not buying the innocent act at all. In his view, Jake Paul's constant involvement around Anthony Joshua crossed a serious line. What started as loud promotion now feels reckless and dangerous. For Usyk, this is no longer entertainment, it's unacceptable behavior.
This is man, it's bad behavior.
Tyson Fury speaks calmly, with maturity, while Jake Paul looks completely exposed. One man understands responsibility and humanity. The other hides behind noise and cheap provocation. Fury's words make Jake Paul's actions look childish, especially while Anthony Joshua is dealing with consequences far bigger than boxing.
They are not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that. Spread love.
Jake Paul keeps talking like someone who doesn't understand the seriousness of the moment. He cracks jokes and throws tough lines while Anthony Joshua recovers from a serious accident. That alone says everything about Jake Paul's mindset. This isn't confidence, it's immaturity. Real fighters know when to stay silent. Jake Paul once again proves he doesn't know how to respect the moment.
It's funny, because I guess the point it proves about what I'm gonna say is like, humble yourself and shut the fuck up. And stop trying to act so hard, because what I'll say is, and what I say to all these tough guys in my head, and I guess now I'm saying it publicly, is, are you bulletproof?
Good question.
Then shut the fuck up.
It's a good question to be asking.
Usyk speaks straight from the heart, and that's what separates real champions from attention chasers. He shows pure respect for Anthony Joshua and everyone affected. No ego, no promotion, just class. Hearing Usyk makes Jake Paul's earlier comments sound even more tone-deaf. Usyk understands boxing brotherhood, something Jake Paul has never earned.
Usyk said, "This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna at Latif are two incredible people who are not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong."
Johnny Nelson brings the harsh reality Jake Paul keeps avoiding. This is no longer about fights, contracts, or trash talk. Lives were lost, and Anthony Joshua could have been next. Nelson reminds everyone that boxing drama means nothing compared to human life. Jake Paul's behavior now feels reckless and selfish, like he's still chasing attention while others are facing grief and trauma.
Serious. This is a serious situation, so you've got to forget that now. This is somebody's son. These are somebody's son. This is somebody's life. These boys have lost their lives. So people need to just put the boxing thing to one side. And I understand, that could have been AJ. AJ could have been sat on the other side. Yeah, so again, it could have been a Rocky Marciano scenario all over again. But it wasn't. But still, those two other lives were just as valuable as Anthony Joshua's. And so you've got to give it the same consideration, the same passion, the same understanding, the same patience. And just, when you're talking career, you know what? It's nothing. It means nothing in comparison.
Joe Rogan explains how close this came to being a complete disaster. This wasn't a small scare. This was survival by luck. Anthony Joshua walked away when he easily could not have. That makes Jake Paul's jokes and tough talk look even worse. One man escaped tragedy. The other keeps talking without awareness.
That's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead.
There's
Probably, or fucking severe.
Gerald Miller admits that even rivalries disappear in moments like this. He's not close to Anthony Joshua, yet he still shows empathy and respect. That speaks volumes. When even past rivals understand the seriousness, Jake Paul's behavior becomes impossible to defend. Real fighters are shaken. Jake Paul stays detached from reality.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we're not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And, I feel like man, it's mentally like kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Was like, now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that. Man, I don't even know how to even express myself.
Joe Rogan raises the concern many fans are thinking but few are saying. Surviving an accident doesn't mean you walk away untouched. Anthony Joshua's body is his livelihood. Any unseen damage could change everything. This moment demands patience and seriousness. While doctors assess the long-term impact, Jake Paul's loud behavior feels completely disconnected from reality.
Who knows what happened to him when he survived, right? Like, did he hit his head? Did he hit his neck? Like, what is he okay? Like, is he 100%? Or is he always going to be a little fuck from that?
Johnny Nelson speaks with the experience of someone who understands both boxing and life. Rivalries fade, but loss stays forever. Anthony Joshua isn't just a fighter here. He's a son and a brother who narrowly escaped tragedy. Nelson's words expose the contrast clearly. While others reflect on life, Jake Paul keeps chasing attention.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing a life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Pain Game highlights something many overlook. Anthony Joshua is built to take punishment in the ring. But this kind of trauma is different. Even fighters have limits when it comes to sudden impact. Recovery isn't about smiling for cameras. It takes time and caution. That reality makes Jake Paul's noise feel irresponsible. Strength does not mean invincibility.
Through such a severe car accident there, like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to...
Eddie Hearn focuses on what actually matters now. Medical care, family, and protection come before headlines.
It's a case of dealing with the inquiries and the media, and you can imagine how many people are trying to find out.
Anthony Joshua's team closing ranks shows professionalism. This is how real boxing operates when things turn serious. Jake Paul's behavior, in comparison, feels out of place, like someone still treating boxing as a game.
Jake, you're one lucky lad. God bless you, my lad. Glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody, and try and enjoy the new year as much as